This will be about the McFarland family from World War II to 1959. This is a continuation of the three-part video series. And the first scenes, the first pictures, are not from this era. I found out that I had forgot to include them in the previous one, so I thought it was worthwhile to go back and get them. This is from 1924. It's Uncle Bob when he's about 5 years old. And the next one is about 10 years later. It's going to be Uncle Bob in about 1934. Great picture of him with his sweet sister, Mary Vivian. And the final one that I forgot to include is this picture of Uncle Bob in full Scottish kilts. He went up to Scotland while he was in the war, took this picture. Now continuing, this is Joanne in 1945. The war's over and her daddy is about to come home. There's a picture of Joanne. I don't know why she's crying. There's Joe. He's home from the war. He's holding his little son for the first time or so. And there's another picture after he gets rid of that military uniform, back in full civilian gear, holding his little son. Uncle Bob was happy to come back. He was overseas for 39 months, reunited with his sweet little wife, and they moved to Bay Springs. Be ready to start a family before too long. This is Mama Blanche holding a little baby, and it is yours truly. This next picture is unbelievable. People have said he looked as mad as so mad he could bite a 10-penny nail in two. I got this picture from Mary Vivian shortly before her death. I think it's a great picture. And this is still 1945-46. Little Jan's up in Fontana. She's 1 year old now. And this is at Fontana Dam. And this is her 1 year birthday. 1 year old in Fontana, North Carolina. Back in Mississippi, Uncle Bob at Ole Miss Law School, taking a little time off, going fishing with some of his buddies. Fishing was very important to the McFarlands. Still in about 46, there's Mary Blanche, Joanne on the front end of about a 43, 44 Chevrolet, I believe. And I think it's that same car. And there is yours truly. The seventh, first cousin, is Suzanne McFarland. One day to be Dr. Suzanne McFarland. And there's a picture of Joanne and I, still in 1947. Next picture will be my beautiful mother, Doris Parker McFarland. Now the next shot is going to be an interesting letter from J.A. McFarland, Big Daddy, to little Suzanne. And it's in 1947, April 1947. And he said that Mama Blanche asked him to write, and that he missed her so much, it was almost like a funeral after she left. And the few who saw you when you were here think you're the prettiest little girl ever. And I do wish your Aunt Matt and folks could see you, and your great Aunt Mattie and folks too. It'll be so very much longer now until we will all be seeing each other this summer. And he goes on and talks about the rain, and he signs it B Daddy, Big Daddy. Next picture is Joanne on the left and me on the right, 1947. The two in the middle, our good friends from down the street, Eddie and Johnny Barnett. Still in 1947, good picture of Mary Blanche, one day to be Mary Blanche Paris. And there's a picture still in 47 of Percy Mack, about 7 or 8, and his little sister Jan, about 2. And in 46, 47, Uncle Bob does a lot of fishing while he's at law school. And here's a picture of him taking a little break from law school fishing. Still in 47, there's a rope that J.D. Smith bought me. He was a boarder for Mama Blanche. And here I am in my cowboy outfit. I mentioned this at J.D.'s funeral, by the way. Daddy was a gardener, and that's a picture of him gardening. Our house in Bay Springs had a garden in back, and I had to go back and water the tomatoes. Speaking of our house in Bay Springs, there's a pretty good picture scanning from right to left of the original house. This is before the addition we did in '53, where we added the basement that so many of y'all have come to. That would be the entrance that we made in '53. And that same porch with the aid of a slide, there's a good picture of Daddy and me and Mama Blanche sitting on that porch at our house. This is 48, and the reason I know it's 48 is because of that tag. I blew it up, even though it's not a real good picture. I could see it was 1948. This is Joanne on the left, Percy Mac, some dog, and Mary Blanche, and then up on the bumper was me and Jan. And probably about the same time, maybe the same car, that's a good shot of Mary Blanche. And speaking of Mary Blanche Oakley, there she is shooting a gun. I never knew she was such a sport, but she likes to shoot guns. 1948, this is a picture of my mother. Good picture of Doris, 1948. And there's her oldest daughter, who's about in the 3rd or 4th grade this time, 48. Little brother's about ready to start school. Told you fishing was important. There's Daddy fishing again. Then this next shot is going to be a picture of new district attorney, Joe McFarland. He was a county attorney, and now he's district attorney. Even though he's a district attorney, he can still practice law. And here's a picture of the two hard-working McFarlands, McFarland and McFarland, in front of the McFarland Law Office. And this next picture is Daddy's two children, and a little bit of a pose there. Joanne is probably 9 or 10, and I'm just 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. And here's me and my first little cousin, Jan. I'm not sure whose porch it's on, probably hers at her house. Around the same time period, a good color picture of Daddy and Mother. Next picture is little Mary Blanche, who's living in West Point. But for her junior and senior year, she'll come up here and graduate. I can't remember whether it's 53 or 54. I think it's 53. And there's a picture of Mary Blanche down in West Point. Mary Blanche West, soon to be Ferris. Here's a good picture of my 1st grade teacher, Ida Mattie Burns, and this is about the time that she taught me in the 1st grade, 1950. Speaking of 1950, dramatic event happened that year. Big Daddy passed on to be with the Lord. This is a shot of him at my grandmother's house, Lula Mae Parker. He's on the steps of her house shortly before he died. This is Mother at our house in Bay Springs. The reason I know it is because the siding. That's the siding on our house. And here's her little daughter Joanne, 1950, about 11 years old. Next picture is Lieutenant Alec West, United States Army. Alec's about 20 years old in this picture. And then Mama Blanche, same time period, 1950, about the time she became a widow because of the passing of Big Daddy. Next wonderful picture is the Bay Springs Presbyterian Youth Group. Little girl on the left is Anna Hart. Above her is me, and then Joanne. Joanne and I are brothers and sisters. There's Booger Red, Henry Orridge, and his wife and his sister Rosemary. We got Suzanne and Jan, and then Percy Mac in the back. Great picture. And here's my mother, 1950, 51. Beautiful Doris Parker McFarland. One day, Doris Parker McFarland Smith. This is a shot of Lieutenant West as he is given some type of award or possibly promotion, and his wonderful family in the background. This is the classic picture that I had on the McFarland video. That's all the first cousins. That's Percy Mac and I. And then as it expands, you can see Joanne and Jan on the right, Alec in the back, and then Mary Blanche holding the little baby, John Norman. Another picture of Uncle Bob taking a little time off from either law school or after law practice. I think probably this is the early 50s, and fishing. I always loved to fish. Another picture of my mother at our house in Bay Springs. This next is a picture will be mother and daddy. It's in the early 50s. Good shot, a good color shot of both of them, probably about 50-51. Next picture is also daddy in the same time frame. Looks like he's got the same tie on, and I think he might have had to make this picture for district attorney picture. And there's a little snapshot in Bay Springs at our kitchen, and Doris and Joe having a little friendly kiss. This next picture deserves a little explanation. This lady is Catherine McGee. If you drive up Highway 49 through McGee, you'll see Catherine McGee Memorial Hospital. Her brother was accused of murder in the early 50s, and guess who the prosecutor was? Well, Daddy was standing at a water cooler, and she came up during a break and asked him why he had to be so damn good at his job. I'll never forget that story. Instead of Daddy being mean to her, he was very kind, and he asked her and her husband, John McGee, to come to our house for dinner, and then the four of them became very good friends, John and Catherine McGee. Then a picture of a little Andy Barnett, youngest brother to Eddie and Johnny Barnett, lived down the street from us, and I'm about ready to give him a karate chop. Then there's a picture of two cute little girls in front of Uncle Bob's house. It's a 53 Ford there in the background. This is where they lived prior to moving to the current location on Wells Street. And the two little girls are Anna Hart and Suzanne. Speaking of Fords, here's one in front of our house, and this is the Ford that my daddy taught me to drive. Still in 1954, and this is a classic picture. Jan's 9th birthday. That's me with the hat and the bow legs there on the left. The girls in front, Suzanne's the first on the left, then Anna Hart, then Jan. I'm not sure who the next girl is. In the back, the girl with the black feather, Jackie Deere, Jack Deere's daughter. Just to her left is James Robert Brown, and just to his left is Ted Aycock. Just wanted to give you a little explanation of Jan's friends at her 11th birthday. Still in 54, this is my mother, a good color picture from a slide. Our front yard at our house. Okay, it's 1954 still. That's 5th grade. And you'll see in the next picture that I'm interested in driving at a very early age. And there's a shot of me sitting in our Pontiac. There's the Ford entrance to the house. Here's the two McFarlands that have gone on, two first cousins, and it's expanding to show the other two that are still with us. And this is Prentice Jr. Alexander, mother and daddy, and Will H. Alexander. These are the owners of Alexander Hardware. Next is Ida Maddie's house. This is a side view, and as you can see, there's a couple of old cars there. It's 49 Ford. It's not mine, I don't think, and a Chevrolet. This is a side view of our house, my grandmother Lula May, in front of our house. Next picture is one of my dogs. I'm not sure what his name was right now, and me at our house. It's front yard. 1956, I'm in the 8th grade. This is my picture from that year, and we had a 55 Pontiac. That's it in our driveway. Next picture is the beautiful Suzanne McFarland. She's in the 6th grade. 1956. Picture of her father and brother. Burns is about 3 or so. Good picture of him and Uncle Bob. Next picture is from the 1957 Boy Scout National Jamboree. This was the 50th anniversary of the Boy Scouts. We went to Valley Forge. Had a lasting impression on me about George Washington and what happened at Valley Forge. Next is a graduation picture of Percy McFarland Burns in 1957, graduating from high school. And his lovely sister and their dog, Corky. Ida Maddie and Jan and Percy Mac love that dog, Corky. And this is Joanne, 1957, graduating from high school. This is probably her prom or something. And next one also is Joanne that same day, and I snuck into that picture. I mentioned so many times about fishing. Fishing was very important to all of them. There's Daddy doing a little deep sea fishing down in the Gulf of Mexico. And the next picture is Daddy in our kitchen in Bay Springs. There's the bar on the right. A lot of good times we had at that bar. And the next picture is Mama Blanche and our little grandson, Burns McFarland, 1956. Probably Christmas. And next picture is probably that same Christmas, 1956, with Mom Blanche and Daddy in the background. I think that's Joanne over on the right. And then a picture of the hard-working Ida Maddie Burns working for the McFarland law firm. Good color picture of Matt and Jan in front of the piano at our house, and we still have that same piano. Not sure about that picture. Maybe somebody knows where that picture is. Percy Mac looks like he got something for Christmas, and he needs it because he doesn't have a shirt on. Next picture is Daddy and Burns and Hart. Burns loved his Daddy Joe. Uncle Joe, he called him. Next picture is 1958. It's in Cuba, and it's Daddy and Mother and also the Barnetts. What's interesting is Cuba closed after that. Nobody went after that. This is a winter shot from 58 of the Bob McFarland families. That's all four of the McFarland children right there. Still in 1958, good color picture of Doris Parker McFarland. And the next picture is her lovely daughter who has graduated from high school at Ole Miss, beauty queen at Ole Miss, and won Miss Jasper County in 1958 and went on to the Miss Mississippi contest and came in 4th overall, but first place in the talent on a dramatic reading. And at the same time, I'm back in Bay Springs, becoming a freshman in high school. That's my freshman year picture. The next year, 1959, Jan is a freshman and I'm a sophomore. Jan Burns. And the next picture is from college. Joanne and her good friend Janelle came home, and it's a shot of our front yard. You can see our steps there. Next picture is of me at I think either Mommy's house or Evelyn's house, talking on the phone. Got a pretty close haircut. And there's little Bobby Joe McFarland, cute little thing. This is still 1959. And the next one is my mother fishing again. A lot of people fishing. Fishing trip 1959 in the Gulf of Mexico. She and Daddy. There's a picture of my mother and Mary Barnett in 1959. And last picture of Jan in 1959, about to be a sophomore in high school. Majorette and very good, fine person. The last picture is mother catching the big one in the Gulf of Mexico, 1959. Well, that's the end of this era, and we will hope to catch you on the 1960s to present McFarland video